pretty sure people would not wear vintage tigers, not vintage kittens. They probably would not wear their dog who passed away of natural causes and make that into a fur coat. Like these people, and I understand too that people are very concerned about the environmental aspect of faux fur and yada yada, and that's a lot of the comments that we see in our TikTok and Instagram section.
Hit him with the facts, Ashley.
Yeah, that's the easy way to fight. It's like, oh, this not sustainable.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say, like, everybody who's really concerned about fur biodegrading, let it do that. Do not wear it. Just let it die. Right. Also, you could donate it to animal shelters. You could donate it to wildlife rehabilitators. PETA also, we take fur coats and we give them to humans in need, often overseas and refugees. But actually, from the cradle to the grave, so like the raising of a mink, what they would need to do to live, obviously in a very small cage, and then all of the chemicals that need to be treated on the fur, it's up to 10 times more than like a hemp faux fur coat.
Mm-hmm. Even the worst of the vegan pleathers or vegan furs are not as bad as the animal fur in terms of environmental impact.
It just makes sense. It's like, okay, if this was so natural, it would be rotting and stinky and like falling apart in some places because it is from an animal's body. Like, how can you not for 2 seconds think that this was not chemically treated?
Yeah, so stop saying that you think it's more environmentally friendly. So what about the pandemic risk?
Yeah, so, people going into fur farms.
Pandemic risk.
We definitely don't want another one of those, please. But people going into fur farms, that's where zoonotic diseases are breeding, particularly in mink. Mink were actually getting a lot of COVID-19, and they had to be like gassed in mass, which is, they're going to be killed either way. It's all very sad, but like seeing that happen is almost worse in a way to me, because I'm just like, oh, so you were raised to suffer for like literally no reason. And so
so they killed them because they got COVID, so they just gassed them to death because they were no longer usable.
Well, the humans like couldn't interact with them anymore. So it was like a safety thing. But all of these pandemics, they come from animals and like our relation with them, and we're doing it in unnatural ways and in very dirty and filthy conditions. And so that's what happens when we do that.
Absolutely. And so I guess, why don't you talk us through over the years how PETA is trying to shift the narrative and create change and give information to the public about the fur industry specifically? Because there's so many issues to focus on. It's like, how do we know where to direct our attention?
I know. And PETA does a great job of directing our attention to many places. I'm so surprised by all of our people all the time. We have like amazing experts in so many fields. It's so wonderful. When I started, I was like actually surprised by all the things we do. I didn't know about our corporate relations team. So they're working like with the industry to help move them along. So we have done a lot of investigations, which is our investigations team, and then we mail, or in the past we literally were mailing tapes, and now we're emailing. We've caught up with the times.
You're like, here's a downloadable link.
Exactly.
The hieroglyphic that's just gonna pop up.
I know. I mean, that would be great, because sometimes they're like, we can't watch it, but okay, we'll drop it. We'll stop selling it.
No, it's like, sit down and watch it. You're the reason that this is happening. And I always tell people, if you are to wear fur or eat meat or participate in any other industry that uses animals by attending circuses, seaquariums, whatever it is, watch the freaking footage and learn about what you are supporting.
100%.
Continue, sorry.
No, it's okay. Doing research is really important, and we just don't do it enough. Everybody really needs to do that for every decision that they make.
I really love that you said, so you guys are actually on the ground doing the undercover investigations and going into these places and then sending the industry footage. So you kind of start off with a very educational kind approach first. You're like, here's the information. We are educating you. We are giving you the opportunity to change. And what happens when they don't change?
When they don't change, we say, okay, we're gonna start our people after you.
You're like, all right, now that you don't want to change,
rally the troops, honey.
And that's literally how we do it. Like, people will get tens of thousands of emails in a day. People then, the corporate folks, they're like, oh, wait, people actually don't want to buy this. They do think it's wrong. So
Right.
they're
like,
right. We'll stop selling it. We don't want this bad publicity. We don't want people boycotting our brand.
Right.
And yeah, people will get literally tens of thousands of emails from our supporters. We have amazing supporters.
Spam.
And from there, hopefully they ban it. I mean, again, it's been a long journey where we are where we are now because of all of our amazing supporters. And we, like I said, Canada Goose was a recent win. That was something that we were really going after. And again, just to talk about the different aspects of PETA, we did a lot of protests for that one in person. We did a lot of really interesting things in New York City too, just because it's such a big brand there. We had like people holding dead coyote props in the subway. We had people with coyote masks standing outside, just really trying to raise awareness. Like, that is not just a coat. That's, like we were saying, that's a canine.
I remember you guys had a man dressed up in body paint as a skinned coyote, and he was wearing underwear, I think.
Yes, he did have underwear, but he could have been a coyote if you were looking from far away.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I was like, how did they get that?
You were like, are you naked? You were like, I can't see. Is he?
I mean, he does a really good job at like hiring pretty attractive people too. So you're really drawn in.
Jimmy's like,
vegans are attractive.
Bloody guy.
Yeah, you're like, coyote. No, I'm kidding. But he was cool. I remember him very well. Ashley Byrne was actually in charge of doing that. That was one of my first actual anti-fur protests.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you guys have created a little monster.
Look at you now.
Look at you.
So what are some of the other recent campaigns? I know you had something going on with Urban Outfitters.
Yeah, so we're going over after them right now for other materials. They actually don't sell fur, which is wonderful, but that's not enough. We still have leather, we still have down, we still have wool, we still have cashmere. I don't believe that they sell mohair, but that's something that we're still talking about with other brands. Yes.
Mohair.
Like moles?
No.
Oh God.
I mean, it's still awful, but it's mohair. They're a goat. They're really sweet and they like scream.
Yeah, goats don't fuck around. They're like, get away from me!
They're really
They're
great.
like, get off of me.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
so
like
sad.
If you were a goat, you would be like that.
I am a goat. I was born the year of the goat. I'm a golden goat, so I have
Greatest
to
of
speak
all
up for
time.
the goldies.
Yeah, it's like you bump her shoulder. She's like, oh my God!
I'm not like that. I'm not like, get off of me. Just kidding.